While you're out at the farm, you're gonna wanna check out the pumpkin patch, and you wanna make your pumpkin last as long as it can, or your jack-o'-lantern anyway, so I've got some tips for you. Today I've got some tips for prolonging the life of your jack-o'-lantern. So, since it is so hot in Florida, we want to sit on our porches as long as possible, right? Well, the first step you're going to want to do is actually cut the jack-o'-lantern or the pumpkin from the bottom. This will allow it to drain instead of just kind of pulling at the bottom of the pumpkin. Okay, so that's the first step. Then you've got two options here. You either want to grab some bleach or you want to grab some Castile soap. And so you're either going to pick one or the other and do a solution of 1 tablespoon of either mixed with a quart of water. This is obviously not a quart, but just to kind of show you, put it in a spray bottle, either solution, and spray the whole pumpkin, insides, the edges where you've cut. The bleach will act as a bacteria killer, and the Castile soap will act as an antifungal. But again, don't do both methods. One is just good enough. After that, you're going to want to line it with some sort of an oil substance. So a petroleum jelly, or I've got some of that oil spray here. So again, only one of the options needed. And you're going to want to put it just on the exposed areas. So in there, all over, get your hands up in there. And then of course, all the edges here. After you do that, well, first of all, that's going to act as a way for it not to dry out so quickly. So you want to keep a little bit of that moisture. And then lastly, after you do one of those two methods, you're going to want to spray it with some hairspray. And I would do the whole outside as well as the inside. It's going to help to lock everything in that you just did, but it also will help to slow that decaying process. Now that we've used all of these chemicals, keep in mind, you probably don't want to put a flame in there, right? So flameless candles are your friend. I'd probably get a bigger one than this because this didn't really put out a ton of light, but you just turn it on, put it underneath, set it on top, set it and forget it, as they say, and it's going to prolong the life of your pumpkin. Now, what's really cool is I also cut one that I'm not going to do this method with, and we're going to see which one lasts the longest. I mean, I'm pretty sure it's going to be this one, but I think it'll be really fun, so stay tuned on our social media platforms for that. Have a safe and happy Halloween, everyone.